pointed out that a typical bank will spend $300 plus to get a customer. You spend $90, even though at one point you were offering $25 on little CDs.
Yeah, well, that's a little coupon. Actually, the truth acquisition cost now is about $50. And one of those wonderful things, the myths, one of the great things about America is our ability to use the technology and ingenuity, right, to basically re-engineer things and reinvent them. So my philosophy was re-engineer the product, re-engineer the process, and then re-engineer the customer. And re-engineering the product was coming up with a product that is standardized, that you don't need to actually learn how to use. It's just intuitive. The process was taking 14 steps to open an account and turn it into 3. And then re-engineer the customer, make sure the customer that is in front of you is a customer that you can actually get a positive experience with. So what I want to do is make sure that you can be happy when I see you. But we have this in other retailing where people understand what you get in a restaurant versus what you get in a takeout. When it comes to banking, everybody thinks they get everything. And so we basically do not do any of that advice or hand-holding.
You've compared it to Costco. When you go to Costco, you're going to buy 4 bottles of Listerine.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Buy one.
That's exactly. So you got to get that straight, right? And people understand that in other retailing, but they don't understand it in banking or financial services. And so we're saying, look, if you really know what you want, and there is no VIP lineup, and everybody gets the same rate, a lot of magic happens. And the magic that happens is I basically get a great price with no fees, and so it's very cost effective for what you want. And the other thing is that from a business point of view, you got to get happy customers. I mean, we have the highest net promoter score, the highest number of people of satisfaction.
Is it true still 43% of your customers are by word of mouth or social networking, as we call it today?
No, it's 41% word of mouth. And the other comment that I think you'd find interesting is that 18% of our customers are actually employees of other banks.
So reminds me of teachers in public schools sending their kids to private school. But I'm going to get into politics now.
Yes, but I think there are some of those things. And so this is an important experiment for America. We have 9,400 banks. They're all doing everything the same way. What we
Even Ally Bank?
Ally Bank is trying to copy us. And I hate competing with someone that's owned by the government. It would be a little bit more fair game, I think, if we got the government out of some of these things. We had a chance to take a fair round at them. But look, I also like the category, though, Stephen. This is pretty important. Everybody else is a universal bank, a traditional bank. We're much more narrowly focused in our products. We do mortgages and we do savings. A very old-fashioned concept, but in a very new electronic. No credit cards. We have something called the Electric Orange, which is a payment card, which is kind of interesting. But we want to be different than everybody else. We want people to have a choice, and we have to prove to the regulators and to investors that we can actually operate within the realms of what regulation needs. And that's why this experiment is important to America.
Now, in terms of staying ahead of the competition, because all the banks go online, describe some of the new things you're doing. Everyone understands mobile, but you think you can do something different than all.
Yeah, I mean, look, mobile, that's the new real estate, and so we have 650,000 customers already that are running pure mobile. So those little icons, those little apps are really the corner of the future, if you will, the corner store of the future. We have Bump, of course, which is one of the new kind of methodologies that keep leapfrogging. It used to go from online, and then it got into emailing money, right? And then it's P2P, and now we basically lock on an app. I put in the money that I owe you. We knock the devices together, and the money transfers to you, and then it gets cleared in the background.
What's that going to do to PayPal?
Well, it's going to give them a bit of a heartburn, but that's what innovation's all about, right? And I like the idea of leapfrogging. I believe that American ingenuity, right, is about doing it right here and doing it in a faster, cleverer way. So we don't outsource, we don't offshore anything, right? We basically do it right here, and our job is to get rid of the paper. But I got to convince you as a consumer that if I get rid of the paper, that it's going to actually save you money, not just save me money, but it's also going to be done in a way that you actually find intuitively easy to do. So now that people are doing boarding passes with their cell phones, and they're booking restaurants, and they're trying to find out whether their flight's going to arrive, well, why can't we be in the middle of that and actually use that to help transfer money?